Saeed is a successful business owner based in Dubai who built his fortune through construction and private projects. He is now preparing to launch an AI-powered platform designed to connect UAE homeowners with trusted contractors. This platform is going to be covering everything from plumbing, electrical works, and air conditioning to flooring, roofing, extensions, and any major renovation. I need to solve two major difficulties. The first challenge is location. This platform only works if attention comes from UAE and UAE specifically. Going viral or getting views from Europe, India, or anywhere else doesn't really help, so we need to target only UAE. Organic in comparison to ads doesn't really have the borders, so it's quite a challenge itself. The second challenge is structural. This is a two-side marketplace, and two-side marketplaces fail when attention isn't built on the both sides. And that should happen at the same time. To put it simply, contractors won't sign up if there is no demand, and users won't click if there are no contractors on the platform. Saeed came to me with one clear request and very big vision. He said, I need to build attention and demand, and I want this platform to dominate the region. So my objection is very clear: to take this platform literally from zero to its first real clicks and signups within the first month. And ideally, and I mean ideally, driving 1 million highly targeted UAE-based views within the first 15 reels. We need to set the right tone for the years ahead, because at this stage, we're not just posting content, we're laying the first stone of the foundation for future success. So today, I'm gonna break down the strategy I created for Saeed and his startup, showing all the steps and decisions I made. So we're gonna start basically with your current presence, right? So I like to start usually like presenting the project from point A and point B. What I mean here is that you are in point A, which is like certain point that you have currently. This is your visual, right? So, and we have the point B, which is your desired result, right? So I always like to set both of it and then reverse engineer it back from point B to point A to understand, okay, what is the shortest way we can actually go to that point B, right? So currently, you know, like to break it down, you have very standard look, which is like, you know, not really creative. It's great like for its standard way, but nothing outstanding, right? So it does its job, but nothing that would attract the new clients or new views or engagement, right? And then we have almost no following and no signups, because again, makes sense, right? The page is fresh. You didn't even launch yet the website, right? Even I always say, like, some of my clients are like, oh, let's put the ads, let's do this, let's do that. But honestly, like, ads not gonna do anything if the client comes to your page or the website and there is nothing, right? So whenever you attract the new clients or new views to your page, you want it already be, you know, like running and good to, you know, transform and convert these people, right? So first thing is to actually fix this and then attract the new views, right? So, okay, basically the breakdown of point B, desired point, is 101 type of the content, which will, you know, be creative and good enough to set you apart with all of the even global competitors, because I know you have this big dream and goal to go global and dominate the market and etc. So whenever I'm doing, you know, strategy, I'm always thinking back to, okay, what is that point B? How big is the point B for me to set the foundation stone right now? So not to start running and then decide where to go, but like really put that like big steps and the big moves on initial stages as well. So basically you move into the right direction. So one of the type of content, I know that's also the reason you came to me, because you wanted something creative and like fast working. And then organic signups and interest and growth, right? So this is basically the major goal that we have currently. Organic signups and interest and growth is not just, you know, signups, but also community that we're gonna build that gonna exceed this number a lot, and I hope exceed like hundreds of times, right?
Hope to.
Yeah. Okay, so now the question is, right, how should we clean up the feed good enough when somebody comes here that they know what you do, they know like convert, right? Because I like to say social media, right, is sales machine. It should be sales machine, because how it works, right? I'm scrolling. I saw something interesting. I visited the page, and that's exactly the sale starts, right? Sale doesn't start when they call you. Sale doesn't start when they message you. Sale actually starts when they see first time your bio, your, you know, profile picture, your content, and your highlights, which you currently don't have, but we're gonna fix that, right? So this is where the person is getting warmed up to be converted later on, right? And the sales call or, you know, like meeting in your office, that is almost like end point of every communication, right? But this is also different. If you do it right now, how you do it, you reach out, you're trying to find decision makers. You know, everything, all of that happens offline. It takes a lot of your time, money, because you're paying people to do that. And if you have this like ongoing and running, this would make it for you. So you're gonna save time on your employees and money on, driving around and etc. So let's go to more clear solutions. So what I mean here is, bio currently is nice, it's great, but how I would change it this way. Like, I would actually put it a question. So, are you a homeowner looking to hire a trusted contractor, or a contractor looking for more clients? So basically what we're doing is here, we're solving two-way problem.
Targeting both sides.
Exactly. So we notifying both sides, which is the major part and major, stone for your success. Both of the parts need to understand that they need to visit this website, right? So we're homeowners and contractors, right? So both, okay, they read the bio, they're like, okay, this is the website for me, let me check it out. Then the thick line, which is this line actually, I'm sure you don't know about this, but this acts as an SEO for your page. So what I mean here is, the words that gonna be written here is the words that, should match with the words that people are searching for.
Okay.
You know what I mean? The standard SEO keywords, exactly. So what I would do here is home improvement platform UAE. So this does two things, right? Number one, basically notifies what the platform does, and it's a platform. This is also super important. If we just do home improvement, maybe your agency, maybe your company.
Yeah, I agree.
But here's the platform. So clear and UAE. This is very, very major, which I'm going to explain you content stage 2. If you got views from India or if you get views from Europe, doesn't make anything.
Sense. Yeah.
Exactly. So we need to have strong SEO with UAE. So basically the people know you're based here and you're the one to go to. See like how many little details and things are there that you would never ever imagine. But that's why, like all of my projects so far are so successful because I'm so, tedious with the tiny bits and details. And that's actually what creates the full image, right? Then the highlights. So highlights are the stories that were saved at some point, right? You posted something and then it goes to the highlights.
Okay.
So what I would do is I would do actually only two. One for homeowners and for contractors. What I would do here is because the platform is new, I would just put two explanatory story sequences explaining how the platform works. So it's, like before somebody visits the platform, they understand, okay, I need to sign up here, click here, do this, do that. So intro, so nobody has the questions, how does this work? Like, or where should I sign up?
Which document they needed? Okay.
Exactly. So clear, clear, clear. And the two, make sure that it's not too many so people don't get lost. This is also super important, right? So homeowners and contractors. And the pinned post, which is very, very important. Pinned posts are the ones that we can pin here. Basically pin it, like the chart. Here we're gonna do the same, how it works. So basically how I see this, it should be you, a talking head, sitting like this, explaining how the platform works, who it caters to, what type of services people can find, and etc. Again, if somebody visits you, they see and watch this reel and they understand immediately, okay, he's the founder. Again, I trust more this platform because it's not some 20 years old kid, but it's gentleman in his age and experience and etc. So again, with every step we ever gonna make, even in content, the idea is to grow the trust towards you rather than anything else. It should be actually. So that's the idea. Okay. Finger crossed. We figured out, okay, the look of it. We figured it out. Now the question is how to attract the people that will come to you and then be converted to the website, right? So the geniusness of my idea is that we're not gonna directly approach them with fleshing out the platform and saying, okay, this is what we do. But we need to gather a community that would be looking for this website as a side service, as a tool to reach their goal. So the people who will come to you and we need to gather as community are actually homeowners looking to renovate their house. Do extensions or, have the certain problems. So the goal is to actually create the community that you should be the leading source for renovation updates and information in UAE. Okay. I'm going to explain it more, so just bear with me. But if we create that community, let's say it's Anna, who's looking to clean
Do
HVAC
wallpaper,
or
let's
wallpaper.
say, yeah.
It's Jerry who wants to do the flooring. It's, maybe housewives who are,
Pest control.
pest control. Or not really very direct ones, but the ones, that are browsing usually and want to understand what's going on in UAE. Like there are a lot of housewives who are like upgrading homes and doing that. Honestly, I think that your community will be like 80% women and 20% men. I feel like women are the ones who are looking to managing this type of things majority of times, unless it's a big work, very big work. So yeah, I think that just how it's gonna be like. Let's take it as as a word. Let's see if that's gonna be the truth. But basically, it's all about creating the community, capturing the full community of UAE who's interested in this type of the works, and then converting them to your website. Okay, next. So now let's going to the reel type, which is the most important part here. What I did here is actually I chose 2 formats, right? I have the clients where I'm choosing 5 to 6. Formats is what? Let's say one format is a talking head where the camera is in your face and you're just talking. Another one you might be, going on the street. Third one you might be, I don't know, like being somewhere else. So some of the clients I'm offering like a couple of the formats because I know they can, have the time or the freedom and etc. But I understood that you want to do something that is like time saving because you're busy yourself, and something that is like one location based, so it's also easy to shoot.
I am flexible now. If I'm stepping to, so
Well,
let's do it in a perfect way, whatever you're recommending.
See, my offer is still very, very perfect. I didn't really squeeze it in, but also you never did this before, right?
No.
That's very, very major. I have the clients who've been doing social media before me. They have like a couple of hundreds of thousands of followers, so they know how to do it, And I just wanted to choose like 2 formats for you to make it easy to kind of go in, tip the toe in the water, to start it. Then if you feel free, then, we always can go and make crazy things. So, okay, the first which is a talking head. So I took this guy as an example. What this guy does, he's an architect, right? So he's presenting different projects that he did. But what I want to just show you is the type of the look and the format he does. So the look is, very warm. It's his office, very easy to execute. You just sit and talk, right? Okay. So whatever, the script I'm going to give you, you just need to read it, right? And it's really easy to execute because you can do like 5, 7, 10 reels basically within 1 hour.
Okay.
So that's number 1 format that I'm offering you. So it's the same. And then what I want to speak about is, the background, warm colors, warm lighting, office. It just works the best usually, that also affects the interest in general. The beautiful thing is he has his own coloring, right? Which is very clear, the branding. In your case, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take your coloring, which is your green, and use it also in the fonts. So what I mean here is all the fonts that we're gonna ever have, the details, it's gonna be your coloring. So that also continues the lining of the branding that you currently have. The font, there's like more of a technical detail that we will use in the, the editing part. And then the real themes. So this is very important basically. What I'm gonna do is, I told you we wanna gather that community that is around Dubai, right? So when I'm, thinking about it, how to gather these people, I'm asking myself, what are they actually looking for? So in Dubai, and everywhere in the world, I just want to tie it in UAE, is 3 things basically. It's cost of the project. Usually, like people wonder, okay, how much is renovation or flooring or etc. Then is if there are any permits needed. So that's very major, right? Because there are like 5 steps and you need to do this, apply here and that. And another one is trends, design trends, what colors are in 2026 and etc. So with this talking head, with this one format, I chose basically 8 different themes, which is one. Did you know that wallpapers have usually the symbols on them, meaning how they need to be applied, if you can wash and etc. So I found the information that basically every wallpaper in the world has different signs on it. Spongeable, washable, extra washable, etc. So it shows you ahead how you can use it, right? So one reel will be explaining the symbol. So you're basically sitting here and you're saying, so if the wallpaper has this sign, it means you can can wash it. If wallpaper has this sign, it means you can do this and that. Very simple, nothing specific. And you're also giving recommendations on, if, you're in a humid place like UAE, this is the wallpaper you need to choose, and etc. So we're doing two things. Number one, just sharing interesting information that people want to know and tying it to UAE. So basically you're giving advices to people who are based here. That's number one. Number two is same, but just part two because there are many. So let's say I just cut it half. In that sense. Number three is renovation permits and approvals in Dubai. So you're going to be sharing information fully, the stages it takes, what documents you need to apply, and etc. Then the fourth is how to avoid scammer contractors in Dubai. I think this is very major thing. You know how it happens, right? Like they leave the country and all of that. Like one of my friends, she hired the contractor a year ago. She didn't sign the contract. Already a major red flag. 1 year passed, nothing is done. She had to sue him. So I also think this is the major part you're also solving for the people. And let's kind of tap into the pain points of the people who are living here. Fifth is how much does it cost to renovate a studio in Dubai? What I want to do with this actually reel is, I think a lot of people here are looking to renovate their rentals, and majority of time it's a studio. So why don't we kind of help them to understand? Then the mold problem, which is a major problem in Dubai. What fixture and finishes are better to choose? Brushed or golden or black, like stains or doesn't stain. And eighth is very simple, top 3 wall colors for 2026. Now, you might be questioning, these ideas are great, but how do you go back to my website, right? How we're gonna do is, there are 3 steps basically. With this information and with this knowledge, right, there's a reel. This reel will attract the views. And based on the topics we chose, right, scammers in Dubai, nobody from Canada will wanna know how to choose, right? Yeah. You attracted already UAE-based people. So at the end of each reel, we're gonna have call to action, which is you're ending the reel with a certain sentence, right? You're saying, this is one of the examples, there are many. If you're looking for reliable contractors in UAE, kind of visit our platform or comment the word platform and I'm gonna send you the link. So again, what we're doing is we're not just getting the views, we also want to get conversions. Yeah. So that's how people ended up on your website. Some
of the point you mentioned is even we are giving some tools like for the how much does it cost for renovation. We will give the AI estimation.
Perfection. And we can even do that.
Yeah, which we are working on it. We are training.
Amazing.
Just with the basic information, roughly it will not be an exact amount.
Yeah.
Roughly we can give you how much does it cost.
Exactly. Yeah. Imagine if I'm a homeowner looking to renovate and I see you as a reel, as like, comment, whatever, visit our website and we're going to estimate it for you. Of course I'm going to come. Of course I'm going to,
sure,
let me see.
It will be free at first,
Exactly. Then reel type number 2, which can be done, beauty of it is in the same atmosphere. So this is called the green screen. What happens is that we're putting video behind you and you're just talking here, right? Very simple, very easy. And we're going to discuss similar topics, which going to be, how to calculate how many tiles you need for a bathroom, which is a very simple question, but a lot of people don't know. I'm also choosing bathrooms because based on my experience, a lot of bathrooms here are old and people are renovating it separately without even
There's
renovating.
A category for it, bathroom renovation,
So see how deep I went into studying topics. So even in the reels, I'm trying to gather the hot topics, that everybody want to know. The beauty of it is now currently Google and Instagram are connected. So even if somebody Googles this, you're gonna be the one to pop up. So immediately it gives you like such a huge new wave of the views that before that connection wasn't happening. Then the best tile shops in Dubai, which is also a very interesting topic for the people. The best marble, again, showing 5 different locations and where.
Here means I have to mention the providers, showrooms or generals.
The showrooms. Is there anything you have against it?
No, we have to showroom who are ready to collaborate.
I don't think you need collaboration for that, honestly. We've did this before with schools and universities, and you just name them, based on experience. Then, very simple, what colors to choose in 2026, what colors to choose for your interior, like just different ways of putting it out, and how to style different styles. Bohemian, Scandi, modern, classic, Japandi. Of course, I'm not going to leave you with just the topics, right? So you have the scripts as well, which is a separate Excel sheet. So how I'm supplying basically here you have, and this is basically your working format and your working document, right? Here you have the visual look. So I'm showing you if it's like green screen of you just talking. And here also example for you just to get understanding idea of it. And here are the scripts. So you need to literally sit down and read the scripts.
Okay.
That's it. And then we have separate captions, which is also super important part. In the captions, we have, presenting the platform as it is, explaining what it does. Also, once we're done, you go home, take a look, and if you have any comments with it, let me know. We can always rewrite, upgrade, because I feel like you're also doing a lot of additional things that I might not know of yet.
Yeah.
So maybe we can upgrade based on that. And the CTAs are here. All the information is here. Basically, everything is very, very clear, and you have 15 of them. What we're gonna do later on is I wanna explain, because we agreed on the reels, carousels, and the photos, right? What we're gonna do is, in this case, how it usually works is that reels are the one that get you attention, so new views, right? Then once people follow you, followed, we convert them using stories and convert them using carousels, right? So carousels and stories don't go to the cold audience. It's just like to nurture existing one. So what we're gonna do is we actually gonna take all of these reels that we just scripted and refurbish them. So basically, use the same idea but refurbish them in a way that
different edit, you mean?
Different edit in a way that different wording, different more shorter or preciser, and etc. What I mean here is because if somebody came, like you have 15 reels, right? Let's say 15.
Yeah.
Somebody came from this reel, but they didn't see the rest of it, because majority of time when you post, actually, if you have, let's say 100 followers, if you post one reel, Instagram shows it only to 20. 80 don't really see it ever. But we want to utilize these people as well, because the 100 follow you, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna reach them using the carousels and the stories. So it's just a way to refurbish all of the followers and attention you already have to upsell them and make them land to your website. That is like our end goal anyway. So that's it. Do you have any questions, comments?
Nope. Amazing, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, what I love is you did the good, deep research, kindly.
Yeah.
Which I never heard from the other marketing companies or the people. So yeah, I love it.
Perfect.
Yeah, let's
do you think it fits you as personality and?
This one definitely. This one I don't know, but maybe I can give it a shot, try it.
Honestly, it's very same in the sense of how it's done. You just need to read the script.
Yeah.
So it's nothing else. It's just I'm gonna cut out the background basically and put you in. That's it.
Yeah, but my point is regarding the talking about the wallpapers or bed molding or whatever. So isn't it show me as a contractor?
No, it just shows you a source of information. Because our goal is not to show before and afters. That's where you have the difference to contractors, right? Contractors usually sell through showing the process or showing before and afters, right? In your case, you just information. You just Google for everybody who wants to renovate. You just source saying, guys, this is the way how you spot the scammer in Dubai, or just a source of information. And what people love is a reliable source of information. So what you just mentioned is that deep research will help you to connect with the people on a very deep level, because they feel like, oh my God, he knows exactly the struggles I'm facing and he's helping me to solve it.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's how it is.
Yeah, I agree. I want to point the pain for both sides, for the provider or for the user, and try to solve it. Okay, amazing.
Good.
I
that's
like it.
Oh my God, I'm so happy.
Thank you so much. Yeah,
that's it.
Especially regarding the Instagram page, the information which you shared. I'm not expert, and I never heard from the others. Even through the other businesses which I have, I met the different companies. None of them mention these details to me. Yeah,
I know.
I really appreciate.
That's why my major goal is to give you very fast results. That's number one, because as a business owner to business owner, I understand that you want to see at least some quick results to be encouraged to continue, because I know every startup has a doubts, right? You're like, okay, will it work? Will it not work? So my main goal is, aside of creating all the community and giving you all of this, is to get you fast results for you to see, oh, this works, and kind of let me upgrade it more, let me put more money and attention to it.
Exactly, yeah.
So that's it.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'm going to send you all of this, so you're
sure.
going to have all of this. I'm going to also explain you how to work with it, so it's easy for you to,
Okay.
That's it.
The script information, you cross-check or need me to do the cross-check? Like
ideally, you need to write it through. Why? Because I did my research, all of that, but even in the contract, we have that you need to check it because I do my best. Well,
I know, and this is some like technical things, some information. Okay, done, perfect.
Cross-check this, then I'm going to explain you how to, do the shooting because I'm going to give you the application, which is a teleprompter. There's an application, teleprompter, which so basically
here I think we have to mention because you are AI powered.
We can do that.
Okay, done.
Yeah, we can do that. Just give me the comments. I'm going to
give you the comments and I give you the features which we are going to give since first day. It might be add to your content or remove some of them, like as I told you, AI cost estimation, which we already have.
Exactly.
Maybe I can redirect the script at the end to...
Exactly. So the thing is that what you saw here is the PDF document that you're going to receive.
Perfect.
So you can even comment on it and send me the comments on it. So it's going to be easy. And when it goes to the shooting, so how I do it actually is very simple. So I put this, there's a script, I tap on it and I just read.
Okay.
So this is very simple. Imagine. So like
I was thinking how should I remember all of the...
Exactly. So
okay, perfect.
I'm making it
if you just share the application name.
Of course, we'll do that. That's it.
Thank you so much.
Welcome. I'm very happy you liked it.
Yeah, I really liked it. So just share it with me.
Yeah,
I double check, share the comments, and then we'll finalize. I can share the location which I have for shooting. You can also
send me before the images, the pictures, so I can tell you, okay, this angle, that angle. So I also help you in that. You're not alone there too.
Yeah,
to make sure that.
Okay, perfect.
That's it.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.